Who knew that a trip to Schecter would bless us with seeing old friends?
Yes.
So yeah, look, we've come to the NAMM show, and this is the day before it all starts, and we thought we'll drive up to Schecter because it's not too far away, and we've never been here before.
It's not too bad, yeah.
And we've got here, and look, yeah, our old friend Nick Johnston is here.
It's good to see you again, man.
It's good. And I know we've just talked off camera about 2023 being a bit of an accidental year. Accident prone, I mean. But you look incredible.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
The last time I saw you,
they put me back together.
You bulked up a little bit, and you're looking good. And
they rebuilt me.
And somehow or other, maybe the blow to the head has increased your fashion sense as well, because this is a good look.
I got rid of the hat.
You.
I got rid of the hat and the flare. I feel like every time I see you, I either have a beard, I have something on my head. Now I got a nice little racing jacket here. But anyway, yeah.
It's great to see you, man. You're honestly looking well. So
Thank
that's
you, buddy.
good.
So are you. You're looking fantastic.
I'm thinking, that's very kind of you to say. Always fishing for compliments, obviously. And we were trying to remember when the last time we caught up. And I think it was at least a year or two ago.
It was probably 2 summers ago, I think. Yeah.
And so I just thought, look, people will know a little bit about your backstory from if they've watched some of the interviews with us. But so what has happened? I mean, I know these have happened since I last saw you, which is cool.
What's really exciting is I realized that right before I left, I was kind of looking at some of my guitars. I was just kind of go back over what's been going on with the gear and stuff. And I found the first one that Schecter made for me, my first model, which was from 2015. So I'm closing in on the 10-year anniversary, which is pretty cool.
So of the Strat
model,
of
my
S-type
exactly,
model,
yeah,
yes.
my signature model. So we're kind of on the eve of the 10-year anniversary. So we'll probably, in terms of a new model, do something maybe next year, which is like, I think back as a kid, the idea of even having a signature model, let alone one that would span a decade, is absolutely mind-blowing.
The longevity and continued success of the Nick Johnston S-type model is testament.
It's crazy.
To it being just a great guitar, I think. So.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and it's obviously, you come in this room and you just see, like the Schecter's kind of got this real progressive attitude with guitars, like how many models are on the wall right now, and how much kind of freedom and support they've given me. I can't say a single bad word about it, of course. And then after enough time had passed, we decided to do, it's sort of, which we talked about, I guess it's matching set, the T-type. And this guitar came out, I suppose technically, around the pandemic, so it was delayed a little bit, and it kind of came out right at the weird time during an album cycle, so I didn't really use it on a record. So it kind of came out in like a blank spot. So I've been kind of going back and really playing these guys a lot more and kind of gaining another understanding of them, and it's kind of changed my playing a bit. Yeah, there's no bar, there's no bridge,
I wanted to. So I think if you look, I would describe you as a virtuoso guitar player.
Oh my gosh, that's
so and I mean stylistic. That's your angle, isn't it? It's like it's instrumental guitar style music played to a very high degree of technicality, but it's melodic, but it's virtuoso guitar stuff. And I think those players, you see that type of player much more familiar with a Super Strat style guitar.
Absolutely, yeah.
I can't think of a single one. I can think of some great country players, who are technically great guitar players might play. But I can't really think of a virtuoso guitar player other than yourself that has elected to do a guitar like that. So tell me about, what does it bring out of you that the S-type doesn't?
It is kind of a, if you had been following my career up to a point, I suppose it is kind of a left field decision to have gone with a T-type guitar, PT in this case. Well, when I was about 20, 21 years old, I'd been playing at the time they were called Carvin, and I had a guitar with the Floyd, the passive and active pickups, the phase switcher, the cappuccino machine, everything in this damn thing, as I say. And I remember playing with my buddy one day, and everything I did was covered in whammy bar. And he, even G chord, at a point he says to me, "You sound terrible." He goes, "You sound like stop." So I sold everything and I bought a Telecaster. And at that time, I started getting into stuff where I was playing It's the back pickup. I was playing more stuff where my middle finger was kind of taking over the role. So like, which when you're using a bar, so much of those little delicate intricacies and you know the muting technique and just all the little details I was covering up with a whammy bar. So it had to, in a sense, it had to kind of be a bit of an uphill battle to get somewhere new with it. And in my opinion, you know, a Telecaster it's like the hardest guitar to play. It's like a canoe paddle with pickup in it.
I think it's the rite of passage as a guitar player.
I think so too. Yeah.
If you can do it on a Telecaster style guitar, which is, you know, this. It's great. I was kind of thinking this would probably be the answer, but I'm with you. You know, like if you have a whammy bar, and all of a sudden you're just sort of going, I don't really know what to do next. I need something that sounds cool. At least I can go.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like,
and it even got to the point where my vibrato was gone. Like I like now. Like getting back to like.
I even saw your hand subliminally go for the tremolo on there, and it was like, and it was only when
I
you
think everyone in the room should shut up about that. You over there. But like, you know, even on a lot of the muting stuff I do, I like. Let me just. Do
you want to clean the tone on it?
Yeah, absolutely. Slightly less gainy. But some of that muting stuff too, where I'm playing, let's say, I don't know. Those kind of like you have to be able to control like every single little detail. You know, your tone, your touch, your emphasis, and articulation versus like. I mean, I started using the bar on my Strat a few months ago, and I immediately noticed it doesn't sound like me anymore. I'm falling back on these old routines and these old kind of, lack of a better term, these like cliches a lot, and I hated it. It's just like who am I becoming again? You know. So I just wanted to sort of completely pull the guts out of my playing with that. And at the time, being 20, you know, just not really having access to maybe all the players we have now and seeing all these guys with incredible technique, it was just sort of rediscovering things. And I think I wrote my first couple records on that guitar. So I do have a history with it.
Okay.
Incidentally, I remember I sold that guitar to pay for the drums for one of my records, and then I had to get the guy to let me borrow it to make the record. So it was kind of this, you know, this weird, stupid thing. But it's also kind of the obvious choice for me if you're looking at both those guitars. It's the yin and yang. It's both sides of the spectrum, and the big difference is having a humbucker in the neck, which you don't see as much. I mean, some guys do it. Typically, you see it in the bridge or not at all. And you know, just having those bigger kind of, maybe just give me a little more sauce. Just having like a big, you know. It's a little more fat down there. And you can really hear it kind of open up when you're going to the back pickup, which to me is like, it's not a sound I was prepared for, but now having it and hearing it and recording with it, and it's kind of like you can't go back. I can't go back.
So in terms of things that will be familiar between the two, the neck feels very similar. Is it the same basic neck?
It's a similar one with the T-type or the S-type in the Diamond series. It's a, I suppose, baked, roasted, caramelized, call it what you want, you know. Yeah. Maple and then rosewood neck with my sort of original brass ring inlays. Just a simple kind of, you know, classic guitar with some modern appointments and just a little comfort cuts in the back here. And, you know, just a simple three-way and push-pull on the tone.
Ah, and what's that, a split on the
Yeah, exactly,
humbucker,
it splits it up, and then if you put it in the middle, kind of this guy and that guy.
Okay, well look, so tell me about then album-wise. You know, you've got another song, another album, coming soon. In
so
24.
I'm kind of on the eve of not to timestamp this video too much, but I have a single coming out on February 2nd. The record's, so my wife is mixed Japanese, her name is Sachiko, and that translates to Child of Bliss in English, so the name of the record is Child of Bliss.
Cool.
And I worked with Thomas Lang, great drummer on this record. I played all the piano, all the synths. Over the pandemic, I kind of fell headlong into piano and keyboard.
Didn't you start singing?
I was singing. I have another band
right,
with a buddy of mine where I sing. Yeah, and then I have a band with my wife as well where she sings.
So the Nick Johnston stuff stays
Still
instrumental, does it?
Yeah.
And what's the name of the other?
So one band's called Archival.
That's it.
Yeah, and then the one with my wife's called Osmanthus.
So yes, that was when we last spoke.
That's it. Okay.
Archival, because I remember listening to lots of it, thinking you should sing more.
Oh, thanks.
And you being this kind of like very insecure about whether or not you should.
And sometimes the internet lets me know I should be insecure, as it happens. But what are you going to do? So the Archival project. We have a third album coming out in the next year or so. But as far as the instrumental stuff goes, I haven't put an instrumental record out since 21, which I don't know. It's weird. It's weird when you're in these album cycles, especially when you have a lot of shit going on, and I'm touring a lot and I'm traveling a lot. It just sits there, and it sits there until you have that block of time to properly finish it. So finally at a point where it's going to come out, and it's my favorite record that I've done. It's got these just massive tones, and I used this guitar on quite a bit of it. And
that was going to be my next question, really, was are we going to hear...
You are going to hear this,
sort of a change in how you approach playing the guitar, because you're doing it on a simpler instrument.
Totally. And I was talking to Mike and Mark, at the vice president of Schecter. We were talking about, like some of the artists saying like, they have a signature guitar, but it's sort of agreed upon subconsciously that you're maybe not using just your guitar in the studio, you're the Fender. But it's really strange, and I don't know if this is just because I've just gotten so comfortable with my own model, but I don't play any other guitars in the studio anymore, which I used to, because I was like, I want these tones, but we've dialed these in now in terms of the pickups and the woods and just the availability, and I have so many guitars now of my own that are broken in so beautifully. It's just like a comfortable pair of shoes. That I don't really want to play other guitars anymore. So you're gonna hear this on quite a bit of stuff, a lot of the rhythm stuff. I pulled the gain back quite a bit, which I don't know if that's just a sense of me getting closer to 40. I want less gain or something. I don't know what it is. But we're
you can do a blues album soon.
Yeah, no kidding.
100%.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
It's Nick, all of the favorite blues songs.
I can
that
feel
Nick
it coming. Yeah.
Listen to.
Yeah. So I'd say you'll probably get the most kind of modern version of showcasing these guitars, and it's crazy it's surreal to still get to do this with such a cool company too, and talk about guitar and come down here and nerd out on guitar.
And is 24 a relentless touring year for you?
It's gonna be this sort of mixture of some festivals, clinic stuff, some touring. I'm also developing, I guess I can talk about this. I can talk about it. I'm developing a podcast with this company called Sheet Happens, which is this by artists, for artists kind of vinyl and tab book company. And I'm going to be the host of that. So that's going to start to take up
talking to other guitar players.
In person, playing guitar together, and it's going to be very exciting. Very exciting.
Have you shot any of those yet?
We're going to do the first test episode soon. So
awesome.
I know it's
fine. I'm interested to know what kind of guests you'll have.
Yeah, we're shooting for the moon with it. We're trying we're trying some stuff. So.
People that would be similar to your style of music, or
right? Yeah, well, that's the cool thing is anybody from like people, my graduating class, if you will, like say someone that you just had in here, to people in different genres, which I don't know a lot about other genres, but that's what's kind of cool about it is, and also what's really exciting would be me sitting down with someone who plays country or an 8-string guitar, and me attempting to like learn their stuff and failing miserably. I'm ready for that.
If you need a host to fail miserably at stuff like that.
Here we go.
Yeah. It's like,
that's right.
I'm your man. So, I can't see you failing miserably at many guitar-related things.
It's gonna be a kind of a fun learning curve. But yeah, this year it's probably just, I suppose, business as usual. I'm really excited to see what people think of this new song. It's gonna come out February 2nd. It's called Child of Bliss. Please check it out if you get a chance.
I'd be surprised if this video is out before February the 2nd.
Oh, great.
So we'll link below and you can go and listen to that.
Let me know what you think. It's probably, I would say, my most sort of lyrical or melodic music since I'm Remarkably Human almost 10 years ago now, which is crazy. But yeah, just the usual,
man. I think it is nearly 10 years ago that you were on Andertons.
Well, the first time I came in,
because it was like the tiny room with the brick wall.
I didn't have my model back then, so it was that black guitar I played, and I was a fresh-faced. I don't even think I was.
I'm not even sure if you were there to promote Schecter or whether it was to promote Mesa Boogie.
It might have been Boogie.
I think it was.
It was for Boogie, yeah. Adam brought me. Adam picked me up at the train station. We came out. Anyway, that's inside baseball. There you go. So yeah, crazy.
I think that's where we should insert a picture. I think you'll look identical, and my hairline will have receded.
No, actually, you actually look the same too. So I love it. Okay.
Right, come on. Well, look, it's beautiful to see you, man.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
so pleased that you're.
It's such a blast, and I'm glad we're both at NAMM again. That's
exactly.
great.
Exactly. Well, I was saying to Nick just before, I've always felt NAMM had this very therapeutic impact, of like we're in this every day running a business and it's stressful, and then once a year you just get this opportunity to go to the sunshine and go, oh my God, you're working in the best industry there is of all the things you could have done.
No matter what people say, it's still a great time, and as a Canadian, it's an escape from the winter, and same with you guys.
Yeah, so. For shizzle. Right, come on, play us out with something, impress us. Maybe something inspired from the new music,
Why not? Why not a little bit?
You got it in there, the special little country lick there. All right, cheers for watching,
Thanks, guys.
See you next time.